Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Syafiq bin Ahmad Safarudin, and today I'm going to present about our project assignment, which is electromagnetic interference effects from PEDs on aircraft avionics system. Okay, the objective of our assignment which is to know how relatable electromagnetic compatibility, which is EMC, in our daily life. Then we need to know the importance of study of electromagnetic in our daily life. Next, to educate people on how electromagnetic interference may occur and become a major problem to an aircraft avionics system, and to know how to overcome all the effect of electromagnetic in our life. And lastly, to understand more about electromagnetic. Okay, actually the scope of our project is the electromagnetic, the research on the electromagnetic compatibility, which is EMC, and the effect of EMC, which is electromagnetic interference from personal electronic device on aircraft avionics system. Okay, so what is aircraft avionics system? Okay, aircraft avionics system is actually an electronic system used on an aircraft, artificial satellites, and spacecraft. Avionics system include the communication, navigation, display, and management of multiple systems and the hundreds of systems that are fit to aircraft to perform individual functions. The cockpit of an aircraft is typical location for avionic equipment, include control, monitoring, communication, navigation, weather, and anti-collision system. The majority of aircraft powered their avionic using 15 to 28 volt DC power. Okay, the four main avionic division. First is the communication. The communication is to connect the flight deck with the passenger and the ground, and also used for onboard communication. Next, the navigation. Navigation is to navigate the position of the aircraft using satellite navigation such as GPS. Okay, next, monitoring. Monitoring is to monitor the aircraft system, such as the speed of the aircraft and the altitude of the aircraft using a LCD screen. And lastly, a collision avoidance system, which is to avoid a collision on air, and it will tell the pilot the position of the aircraft nearby. Okay, so here as you can see here, the whole avionic device system, which we can see here, it's everywhere, includes in the passenger, even in the passenger seats. Okay, what is PED? PED is actually a portable electronic device, which is include any kind of electronic device brought on board the aircraft by a passenger, such as a tablet, a laptop, a smartphone, and a reader, or even an MP3 player. In the past, there have been restriction in the use of PEDs on board aircraft. However, in 2013, EASA, which is the European Aviation Safety Agency, made it possible for airlines to allow the use of PEDs for almost the whole flight duration, as long as the device were not transmitting. So actually, the effect of the PEDs, actually PEDs may, from the passenger, the electromagnetic interference from the passenger carry out portable electronic device PEDs can produce an interference that may interrupt the system. Okay, in 1995, there's an accident of that involved the 737 airplanes. A passenger laptop, which is the passenger laptop computer, was reported to cause autopilot disconnect during cruise. So how to solve the problem? Boeing has bought the passenger's laptop, and they has made a few of tests to find a solution. However, after a few tests, Boeing was unable to confirm the reported interference between the PED and the airplane system.
Hi, my name is Syakir bin Norazman. So I'll be explaining about the solution to our EMI problem. Okay, so in general, EMI is the study of interference between an electronic component such as your cell phone and radio in your car. For example, some people experience noise when they are getting phone call in their car. When you are in the car and then you are using your cell phone, there will be noise coming out of your radio. Why is that happening? This is because the car radio is picking up signal from your phone. Okay, so what is the solution for the problem? For every problem, there must be a solution. How can we combat this EMI problem? There's 3 solutions. The first one is shielding. Basically, there's 2 types of shielding. The first one is we shield the LRU or line replaceable unit. So that there is a device that is producing EMI. So this is the line. So we shield the line in order to protect it from becoming affected by the source. So that is the first one. We shield the thing that we want to protect, the line. Okay, the second solution is we shield the source of the EMI. So the EMI will only stay in an enclosed space and it will not go anywhere. It will not affect the transmission line here. So the second one is we keep them in an enclosed space. You can see the diagram here that I provide in the slides. So next, this is the first type of shielding that I say that we shield the transmission line instead of the source. Okay, so here's an example, few pictures for you to see. Okay, so this is the second type of shielding that I told you before. We keep them in an enclosed space. The second solution is gasketing. Why do we need gasket? Basically, the function of gasketing is to increase the effectiveness of shielding. LRU, line replaceable unit shielding, and BLS shielding is not enough. Both need to be finished with gasketing. In other words, gasket is used to seal any joint or junction between 2 spaces in aircraft. So there's this and there's this. So the space between them, we use gasket to close the space. There's beryllium copper gasket and there's other type of gasket. I mentioned beryllium copper because it is the gasket that it can reduce the most interference. The final solution that we are providing is filter. Firstly, why do we need filter? Because gasket and shielding themselves is not enough. We need another solution. It is different from gasket and shielding. Filter is used at a specific point in a circuit with the intention to control the current flow in the circuit, the current flow and also frequency. For an example, there are fast switching of current in a circuit, so it will provide a harmonic frequency noise in the circuit. That problem can cause to a degrading of overall performance for the circuit. So in order to solve them, we insert a filter at that point to control the noise generation. So filter will reduce the EMI produced. Okay, so next I'll be talking about our target market for our solution. I don't want you to get confused. There are 2 things. First is aircraft operator, and then there is aircraft manufacturer. Aircraft manufacturer is the company that made the aircraft from scratch, and operator is the company that bought the aircraft from the manufacturer. For example, AirAsia bought their aircraft from the manufacturer. So our target market is focusing on aircraft manufacturer. The first one is Boeing. As we all know, Boeing is a USA-based company. They are one of the largest aircraft manufacturer. Their main commercial product is, I think you might heard some of it, the 777, 737, 767. In fact, the MH370, it's one of them. So the second company is Airbus. Airbus is also one of the world leading company. They are based in Europe, France. So next is Bombardier. Bombardier Aerospace is the world's third largest civil aircraft manufacturer, and they are the leaders in designing manufacture of innovative aviation products. Bombardier is present over 60 countries, and their headquarters is in Montreal, Canada. Our fourth company that we are targeting is Embraer. Embraer has become one of the main aircraft manufacturer in the world by focusing on specific market segment. They are based in Brazil and they have been operating for over 20 years. Embraer has produced and delivered more than 1,000 ERJs, their aircraft, to more than 37 airlines in 24 countries. And our final company that we are targeting is the Tupolev. As the name sounds, Tupolev is a Russian aerospace and defense company. Headquarters is in Moscow, Russia. Tupolev manufacture and overhaul both civil and military aerospace products such as aircraft and weapon system.
Hi, I am Aiman Ismail and I'm going to talk about unit value preposition. We have found a solution provider for protecting the electronic component system from electromagnetic interference. Firstly, Orwell, which is established from 1961. Now, Orwell is a well-established company which offers the best start to finish custom engineered solution depending on the requirements. Orwell will deliver a finished product that meets the demands. Secondly, Go are also known as W.L. Gore and Associates Incorporation was founded on 1st January 1958. Today, Gore has more than 3 billion in annual revenues. The enterprise is privately owned. Gore prefers private ownership and believes this reinforces a key element of its culture to take a long-term view when assessing business situation. Gore has been using proprietary technologies with the versatile polymer polyethylene, which is known as PTFE, and Gore has created many products for diverse industry. Thirdly, Holland Shielding System Company, which is established from 1986. Then they are a worldwide leading manufacturer of EMC, EMI and RFI, which is known as radio frequency interference shielding solutions. Holland's EMC or EMI specialists will work together with you from the design phase to the final production. As we can see from the table, we have compared features and benefits for several attributes for these three companies. For the features, first attribute is cable shielding. For Holland Shield System Company, they have conductive armature foil. Armature foil with reinforcement net can provide the solution. This is because the material with the reinforcement net is so strong and it can be produced in the very large width of 3100 millimeters. This material is designed to cover walls and floor for protection against unwanted radio frequencies. The material can also be used to very quickly create a shielded room, for example from a wooden box. While Go company, they use coaxial cable, which is more efficient. Its weight is reducing, thus it is very efficient for aircraft to have light material. For Orbel company, they have not developed this attribute. For second attribute of the features is shielding gasket solution. For Holland shield, the gasket can withstand high temperature. It uses beryllium copper fingertip, which has the characteristic of corrosion resistant, and it keeps its strength for low temperature. While Go company use the material for gasket, which is highly comfortable when do sealing or filling gap of irregular space or surface. Whereas for Orbel, they are also use beryllium copper fingertip as Holland shield company. The third attribute is the electromagnetic interference filter. Only Holland shield system company produce this filter. They use effective component like self-heating film, non-inductive capacitor. Next, for the fourth attribute is the EMI, EMP enclosures and PCB housing. For Holland sheet company, they use 1950 series, which is double shielded housings, and 1900 series, which is EMI shielding housing. This attribute is not available in Go company. While Orbel use material for housing like nickel, silver, brass, copper, beryllium, and etc., which can keep their strength at low temperature. Lastly, for the fifth attribute of features is EMI testing and measurement. Only Holland Shield and Go have did the test, while Orbel has no EMI testing and measurement. For the benefits, the first attribute is warranty. Holland Shield company will continuously check the product during the manufacturing process. If has defect, they will investigate and replace it. For Go, they provide expert design assistance and rapid prototyping design for customer needs, while Orbel does not provide any warranty. For the second attribute of benefit is experience. In terms of Holland Shield system company, they have operated for more than 40 years, while Go has operated for more than 60 years, whereas Orbel has operated more than half century. For the third attribute is the achievement of the company. For Holland Shield company, they have attained REACH, which is certified registration, evaluation, authorization and restriction of chemicals. They also attained ROH, which is in industry term known as certified registration of hygienist, and CE marking and ISO 19001 certification, which is the international standard that specifies the requirement for quality management system. While Go has achieved number 15 spot on the world's best multinational workplaces and earned a spot on 100 best companies to work, whereas Orbel, they have achieved same as Holland Shield. Lastly, fourth attribute of the benefit is support. For Holland, they will provide free technical support via email, whilst Go has online technical assistance in 24 hours, whereas Orbel is responsive in 24 hours of delivered project inquiries. Furthermore, let's look at the unique value proposition. Unique value proposition is the benefits that of those three companies are offered. As we can see from this table, Holland Shield has offered all the EMI solution with warranty and support, whilst Go has offered all the criteria except for the EMI filter product. Lastly, Orbel is the lack one because they do not have do not offer the products for shielding and EMI filter. In a nutshell, after we have done evaluation for those three companies, we have decided to choose Holland Shield System Company, which is the relevant and the reliable solution provider. The company has operated for more than 40 years. They have many experience to provide the product that can solve the electromagnetic problems. They also provide all the solutions regarding to electromagnetic interference, which are cable shielding, gasket, and filter.
So that is all from us. I hope you enjoy our presentation.